Welcome to That's No Class. I'm Brian Berumen.
And I'm Morgan Darian.
Welcome back to the home of class, where we talk about the most interesting and funny things happening in the news and in our lives, try to figure out how to live classy, and call out no-class moves.
This week in news, Brian brings back Recession Watch. I cover tow truck scams. We delve deep into the rudest city in America. I'm back with my segment Clear the Plates. And as always, we end with our no-class picks.
We want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there listening to the show. Our mothers, people who have mothers. It's all about today, and you guys are going to be listening to this after we're recording this on Mother's Day, but we want to start the show off that way. Thanks so much for being a mom. We love you. Now let's get to some news.
Now here's the news.
All right, I got two stories this week, and they're both kind of related, and you know I'm constantly on the lookout for a recession. When's it going to hit? Are we seeing the signs? Are they subtle? So I got two stories here that I think are slightly related, and the first comes from chain restaurants. In my opinion, the canaries in the coal mine of the U.S. economy.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Tell me more.
Okay, headline. IHOP and Applebee's owner says inflation has people switching from pricey menu items to the cheap stuff. The restaurant company said guests are continuing to turn away from higher prices. So one company owes them both, called Dine Brands. They reported their first quarter earnings, and the CEO said that the customer has become more price sensitive. And there are two things going on here. You guys have probably seen it yourselves if you've gone out to eat at anywhere.
I already have opinions, but keep going.
Okay, I want to hear them. Starting, though, not only are we all watching our wallets and staying away from the expensive items on the menu, but prices on all the items are going up. I had this experience the other day when you and I went out to eat.
Okay.
I realized that I'm looking at the menu trying to find the cheapest thing I can eat. When we went to
Where do we eat?
The Sherman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this goes into my opinion. Okay, so continue.
Even if it means I'm only going to be ordering a side.
Sure.
As in a side of fries.
Yeah.
Fries are only $8. Appetizers are $15. It's going to be the fries.
Yeah.
So to fight that, the company said that it's going to offer more items that are cheaper, like boneless wings.
Oh, yeah.
The no-class wing choice.
What?
As
No,
I like to call them
not.
Chicken nuggets.
Why would you pay to have a bone that you can't eat? It makes no sense.
It changes the whole dynamic of the
This is
chicken.
a debate and a half.
Maybe we'll do that. But anyway, everyone is doing this, right? No, we're not done.
Okay.
Everyone is doing this, yes? Everyone is looking at the items on the menu.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? What was your thoughts?
I was going to say,
You tell
first
me,
of all,
person who
the
is
place
actually
we
getting
went-
orders. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has nothing to do with me being a waitress.
Okay.
The place we went and Applebee's and what was the other one?
IHOP.
Okay. All places that, I'm sorry, the food is like completely shitty.
Yeah.
So why would you want to pay restaurant prices for that food? You know what I mean? Cafeteria level food.
Yeah.
If I'm going to spend that money, go to a regular restaurant.
Yeah, but there are people, as we know, who their Applebee's and their IHOP is their restaurant. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Eat wherever you want to eat, in my opinion. But, like, we're all watching what we're spending here. We're not going for, like, the steak and eggs at IHOP that probably costs, like, $30 or something at this point. Because it's just like,
But
whoa.
that's the other thing, too. These restaurants are like, oh, my gosh, someone doesn't want to pay $27 for my pancakes. No one wants to pay that for pancakes.
No one
I'm
wants
sorry,
that.
it's a flour.
No, it's true.
Like, that's crazy.
Okay, my other story.
Yeah.
I wish it said something about the economy, and maybe it does, but really it's just a study about spending habits, i.e. girl math.
Oh,
I'm bringing
love
it back.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
What doesn't work?
Girl math. It's not a real thing, and no one's saving any money.
I don't think
And
anyone ever said it works.
I can hear all of your yells, all the listeners who are strong into girl math telling me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Girl math is real. But let me tell you this. Lending Tree's senior economist says 90% of those buy one, get one free, spend more to get free shipping, and use this discount code for 10% off. If you break them down, they don't actually work out and save you any money if you didn't buy the extra things.
Yeah,
You're
of course
acting
not.
No way. No way. People are like, oh, no, this works. This works.
Etsy's like, if you spend $20 more, we'll give you $5 of free shipping. I'm like, I'm in.
Exactly.
That is a deal.
Side note, apparently this behavior is called spaving, as in spending to save.
Oh.
I think spaving sounds like weirdly raunchy. Like, I don't like this word at all.
I don't know what it definitely sounds fake.
Who made that up, but it's a crazy thing to call something. Just call it girl math. I think girl math is like way better. But here are 2 more examples of things that people will do to you to try to get you to spend more.
Sure.
If you spend above a certain amount, you get a free gift, which is what you just said.
Love it.
Get extra. Or subscribing to a service to qualify for a discount. Mm-hmm. So this person who wrote this article, which you're saying nobody needs to hear this because it's obvious, but I think people do. People need to hear it. The main thing to remember here is this. They wouldn't offer you these deals if it wasn't getting you to spend more money than you were planning on anyway. Yeah. Same thing with credit cards, by the way. They want you to overspend. It's a dangerous game. You have to be aware all the time. Mm-hmm. So here's some tips that I know you all don't want to hear because you love girl math and spending mad money, but I'm going to tell them to you anyway. Here's the tips.
Okay, what?
Stick to your list. List what you need when you shop. Stick to it.
Lists.
Unlink your credit card from retail websites. Storing payment information online makes it easier to spend money with just a couple clicks.
Oh, true.
It's just a behavior thing.
That's true.
Unsubscribe from promotional emails. Because apparently those work on people. Never works on me.
DSW almost gets me at least 3 times a year. And I always resist.
Exactly.
Because it's way too much money. But I'm always like,
yeah.
But maybe.
Get a couple pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
Last tip, sleep on it. Institute a 24-hour rule before making any unplanned purchases.
Oh, I'm terrible at that. I'm like,
I need it now. Now?
I had this idea and now I'm going to get it.
That's my journey into the economy, everybody.
Thank you for trying to help us all.
Hey, I like that you guys are having fun and that you're creative with how you justify it all. And I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it.
We all know we're getting scammed.
It's just I have you and I have a daughter, both of whom could possibly be spending, more money than they need to be. And I just worry.
You're not wrong. And thank you for caring.
Anyway, what do you got?
Okay. My news story this week is also a nod to schemes. Okay. Man, everyone is always scheming.
Yes.
This couple in San Francisco is just driving around doing errands. They own their car. This will be important in a second. They own their car. They have paid the registration.
Okay.
They're sitting at a red light and a tow truck is in front of them. And this driver lowers the tow thing and tries to attach it to their car. Mm-hmm. Like trying to tow them in the middle of traffic. Apparently, this company has been banned from making city bids because they've been caught towing parked cars that don't need to be towed, like straight up stealing cars from the streets and being like, pay us to get it back.
Yeah, that ransom.
Can you imagine?
It's like car ransom.
Yeah, you could have just some like cojones to try to steal someone's car while they're in it. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, that's another level.
Like in the moment, of course, you're getting towed. You can't do anything. But what about when you all stop?
Well, by then, the car's already inside the tow yard.
Yes, but this, children, is why you have a gun in your glove compartment. Just in case some rando tries to tow you. Because they for sure have a gun. So you better get that shot off first. You know what I mean?
I don't know if tow truck drivers all have guns on them. I don't know if this is good information that you're
I like to assume that they do. If I'm driving a tow truck, I got a gun.
I mean, I will say, having had friends, we've talked about repo on this show before. It is a dangerous game out there. Remember my grandma?
Yes.
Lita's story.
She had a gun.
My mom's
smart lady.
Earliest memory.
There's a video of it, and this pedestrian is like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, this was caught on video?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
I would like to see it.
They were very scared.
Dang.
That's it. That's all I got. I don't have a long story.
It's fine.
It's short and sweet.
That's good. I like that.
And just a promo for guns.
You are on a gun kick lately.
I don't own a gun, by the way.
I know. We don't own guns. We don't want to. We shouldn't tell people that.
Well,
because people with guns might come in and be like, "Hey, I know they don't have a gun."
Maybe I'll cut that out. But how will they know? Maybe I'm getting a gun tomorrow.
Maybe they don't know. That's like a trick to lure people in. Like, come steal my stuff.
Come steal my stuff.
I don't have a gun. Wink.
I'm untested. I want to see what I'm capable of.
Untested. I don't have time to go to the range. Come through the front door. Let's see if I get you.
That is very dark humor.
It is.
It's too dark.
It's Mother's Day.
You guys made us.
Yeah, so. You did it.
It's really our
Morgan's
mom's
having a wild day today.
I'm so sorry.
She had a wild day today. She's feeling frisky today.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You've earned it.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we will.
Do you have personal news?
I do, and it's thanks to you. we have started watching John Mulaney's Everybody's in L.A., and it is a revelation to me.
Okay.
It's an incredibly city-specific show. I don't see how anybody who is not living in L.A. would have any interest in this. I cannot even recommend it to you if you don't live here already, because it will mean nothing to you. But let me tell you that it is wonderful, that it is like watching TNC. If you like TNC, you will probably like this show.
I don't know.
It is. It is like the vibes, the like trying to make topics out of nothing.
True.
Like these aren't real things. We're just here to talk and like laugh and have a good time.
That's true.
And like half the things are just setups for just like lame jokes. And that's exactly what we're doing here. If you guys haven't figured out that that's what this is, like... There it is. And there's some like eerie coincidences. Like last night, they put sunglasses on and we're like, what in the hell? We just put sunglasses on like the other day. Digitally and in real life. Anyway, loving the show. Really nice to actually enjoy something that I'm watching like, once ever.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was nice. And thank you. Thank you for that. And shout out to all the people in LA who are watching it and enjoying it very much so. Also expat people, not in LA anymore, who are getting a taste of home.
I was like, what are you talking about military people for?
That's not what expat means.
I think it is.
Okay. What about you? What do you got personal news?
I have ruined the skin on my face because I was using one of those spot acne things, those little circle things that you're supposed to put over a pimple.
Aren't those good for your face?
Okay. Well, I didn't read the directions.
Okay.
And I think it did it too many times.
What do you mean?
Because now part of my skin is like burned, like multiple layers deep.
Like a chemical burn on your face?
Yeah.
I know you don't read directions.
No, I don't.
That is a dangerous game to play when you're talking about putting something on your face.
What? Just try it out. See what happens. I mean, never mind. That joke, I'm past the point of no return. Continue.
Thanks. Okay. When we come back, people are so freaking rude. And then, that's about it. That's all I got for that tease. And then tales from the front lines of the food wars. Thanks so much for being here. We'll be right back. And we love having you. I always say that.
We do love having you.
We do. Welcome back. It's funny that John Mulaney show is doing LA as their topic because there's one part of this city that Morgan and I have been wanting to talk about for months on this show, and we've been trying to figure out how do we do this?
Right.
And we get reminded of it every time we travel. Why are people in LA so freaking rude? And there is just something about people in this city compared to people in other cities. Something that's a mix of entitlement, apathy, superiority, arrogance, and greed. And I see it here and not anywhere else. People in San Francisco are just weird. People in New York are serious. And people in LA are freaking rude.
Yeah.
So to do a deep dive on this subject and try to find answers, here's our segment we call The Reporters.
Is that a fact?
100%.
No, it's not a fact. It's just what I heard.
Okay. As you guys know, for reporters, if you've been around, Brian does a real deep dive because he is a journalist. And I look online and use hashtags and whatever else comes into my head.
To try to find anyone with anything.
Also, even before this show, I was terrible at looking stuff up online. I do not use any of the right words. And so, just as a little preface to what I found.
Are you saying that you don't have anything of any...
I have a few things for you.
What are you... for us?
Here are some quotes from random people online about why LA has rude people.
Okay.
When you overcrowd the chickens, they will start pecking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Did you say overcrowd?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
People in LA are great until they get in their car and suddenly it's Mad Max and laws and people's lives mean nothing. Very true.
Very true.
This person just had a list of no-class picks. Dumping trash on the trash floor because you're too lazy to open the trash chute. Letting your dog shit on the hallway carpet and not cleaning it up. Taking a parking space while someone is already turning into that space. Littering everywhere. Bikers and scooter people not stopping at stop signs. And they say they could go on all day.
Okay.
I believe them.
Yeah.
And then I took a hard left and went down a rabbit hole of sorts.
Okay.
This is severely veering off topic.
What are we talking about?
Basically, I was looking up hashtags about LA, and then I typed in hashtags like F Los Angeles just to see what popped up on Instagram. And then there was a picture of a burger with a thumbs down emoji. And did you know that on Yelp, you can look up worst restaurants near me and they provide a list? In Los Angeles, there's a chicken place that has 1.5 stars because people keep finding hairs and fingernails in their food.
What?
One person said they called in to complain and the workers said, "You get what you paid for." In case you're looking for a terrible time, Yelp has you covered. What was super weird and interesting was that all these places have 1 to 1.5 stars, and a good handful of the people reviewing them are like, "This is my 3rd time ordering, and all 3 times my chicken has been raw." And I'm like, hold on, you received raw chicken sandwich 1 time and then proceeded to try that out again? Why? There's like 50 restaurants near you.
I don't know. I like to think that this is a uniquely LA thing, I guess is what you're telling me.
Probably.
Okay, so is that the end of your research? Is that all you got?
Well, let me see if I want to tell you anything else.
Is it related to the rudeness in LA?
Anyway, my reporter skills did not, in fact, come through in this instance.
I mean, I will say
Found a few quotes.
If you search this and you try to do this yourself, you will come up with pages and pages and pages of results. I have done the dive. It's based on only 3 surveys.
Oh.
You will see 50 million people using these same 3 surveys, and you'll think, oh, there's a ton of surveys. No, there was like 3, and that's it. And I got them right here.
All
okay.
Right.
So
I was honestly really counting on you for this, as you can tell.
As I can tell by
hours spent on Yelp.
Yelp restaurant reviews?
Yes.
Okay, so in 2011, we were the #1 rudest according to Travel and Leisure magazine. In 2016, Travel and Leisure magazine again did a survey, ranked us #4.
Okay.
So we're dropping. Then in 2019, we were #2 in the poll by Business Insider.
Damn.
It said stereotypes and sports rivalries could color these results. People hate the Lakers.
Oh,
People
sure.
hate the Lakers and the Dodgers and stuff. And then in 2022, we were 7th rudest in a survey by the online tutoring company Preply. Why an online tutoring company is doing a, freaking survey about the rudeness of LA, I don't know.
Weird.
Makes about as much sense as you going down a deep dive for Yelp reviews when we're trying to be talking about
You guys
rudeness.
are all welcome for that.
So the thing with the 2022 survey is they had a thing where what people associated with examples of rudeness, kind of like you just had.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay, here are some of the examples that I guess happen in other cities but are especially bad in LA. People being absorbed on the phone in public, not letting people merge in traffic,
Sure.
not slowing down around pedestrians. I mean, your mom gave me some grief about this, having listened to our newest episode. Sorry,
She
Shay.
was like, "I'm a walker." And I'm like, yeah, you are.
I don't do anything bad to them. Like,
No.
I don't drive crazy around them.
complaining
I just
in
don't
your
like
head.
them. I just wish they weren't there. Being noisy in public, not acknowledging strangers, not respecting personal space, and being rude to service staff.
Okay.
Against my good judgment, I went to Reddit to see what some of the people were saying about some of these articles.
Okay.
It took a while, but I think I finally found some actually insightful comments.
Oh,
Not
okay.
just the old, like, oh, people are jerks. Like,
Sure.
this is something that somebody said I thought was interesting. One thing some LA natives seem to forget is how rude flakiness is considered in every other part of the country. There is virtually no concept of a social contract in LA. People will flake last minute without excuses, regardless of traffic and weather. Generally, the reason is they just simply found something marginally more fun and don't feel the need to honor a commitment.
Yeah.
After 4 years here, I've kind of gotten used to it. That isn't to say it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't surprise me anymore. That and road rage here is in a class of its own.
Yeah, that is so true.
Completely agree with both of those things.
Yeah.
100%.
Agree. Yeah.
Another person said, in general, folks in LA just seem to be in a rush and preoccupied with their own life more than in other cities. So I also can kind of understand that.
What brought this whole topic up was that we had just traveled.
Yeah.
And we came back and we were like, what is wrong
What
with
is up with this place?
Because we had like a week of no one being rude.
Yeah.
It's just that fast pace. Like, I only care about myself. Get out of my way.
And I'm glad that you say that in exactly that way, because to wrap this up, I was thinking to myself, like, if I really stop and think about the epitome of an LA person, who is it and what is it? And this is what I got. It's someone who has somewhere to go or something to do and who literally doesn't see you or care how they influence you at all.
Yeah.
They are in a rush, and it doesn't matter if you're in the way or if they're in your way. They are number one, and it's not malicious. It's just that you don't matter.
That is a really great way to put it.
At all.
Yeah. Which brings in the flakiness and the road rage.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's all
no
under...
one cares about anyone.
Exactly. It's all under the same umbrella, and that is who we are as people in LA.
I think we got to the bottom of it.
If you guys think there's something crazy, specifically weird or bad in LA, let us know. Whether you grew up here, especially if you grew up here, because that's always juicy. But if you're new, how does it compare to like where you've lived? When we come back, there are two types of people that go out to brunch. And then, of course, we've got your no class fix. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's Mother's Day weekend, as we've said, and that means millions of people will be taking their moms to brunch. And the foot soldiers in that war for love and approval are people like Morgan. So here she is back with another Clear the Plates.
Chef, we good?
We are not good.
What?
We are not good, chef.
We forgot about that one.
I know, I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friend. If you're a server, is this truly the worst day of the year?
I wrote a poem for Mother's Day brunch at any restaurant.
Oh
Ready?
my God. Okay.
It's very short.
Please.
Welcome to hell. We serve pancakes here and well-done burgers, and then you blame us for the amount of time a well-done burger takes, even though we warned you that it's a holiday and food takes longer. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Okay. So what is it? Is it the number of people? Is it that the people are terrible?
Okay. So I have to admit that this Mother's Day was probably my best one out of all of them.
Ever?
Yeah, out of my 19 years of Mother's Day.
That's so many Mother's Days. That is like the most Mother's Days.
Because, okay, we were trying to guess it today, some of the servers. Part of it, which didn't really happen in my section today, but part of it, we think, is that it's just super busy. It's like the busiest day ever. Like, we have to shut off our to-goes because it's just like we literally can't push that amount of food out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So people are already waiting to sit down. And obviously, it's just like a Sunday on steroids. People are waiting too long to sit down. People are waiting too long for like everything. They're just hungry. And they want it to be really special for their mom because it's a special day.
They want it to be perfect.
So, yeah. But then the other part of it, which happens sometimes for the servers, is that you're working like crazy hard. You don't have any breaks. You're sweating. You're running. And then the kids pay.
Oh. And what's the problem?
So you're doing all of this work for the same amount of money as like a regular shift.
Oh, because they don't tip right?
Correct.
They're bad tippers.
Yeah. And so at the end of the day, that's what really breaks you. Like you're fine like doing the hard work. Like you're like, yeah, we're ready to run. We're ready to freaking like go wild on this and drink like 4 coffees and eat nothing and drink no water and just like get this done, you know? And then at the end of the day, you do all your tip stuff and you're like, those goddamn kids. They'll do it right in front of you too. They have no shame.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it.
What do you mean part of it? I mean, that sounds like like all of it to me right there.
Fortunately, this one, like, I had really nice tables. I really can't be mad about it. But I think it is just also like, you don't take breaks. You're running. I was in the section this one that we literally call it hell. We call it hell because it's like really far from everything and it's so hot. Today, multiple people are like, is the heater on? And I'm like, no, we don't have a heater out here. That is the sun. And they're like, are you sure? I can feel the heater. I can feel it on me. And I'm like, that is the sun, you stupid. And they like say it like you are doing something
You're
to them.
doing
I'm
that.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. You decided to go outside today.
Yeah. It's a warm one.
So,
We live in LA.
yeah, that's what's up.
Okay, so you said something that I find extremely interesting when you've said this to me like a couple times before.
What?
You said it's like a Sunday on steroids,
Right.
meaning that Sunday is something different.
Oh, yes.
So weekends are different than weekdays.
Sure.
In the business.
Oh,
I am a weekend eater.
right.
I am exactly the type of person who would only come to eat at your restaurant on a Saturday or a Sunday because
guess
it's a
you're right.
special occasion
Right.
and it's my weekend.
Yes.
The people who come in, like you tell me, you're serving at 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people? What are these people? And how are they distinguished from the weekend norms like me?
Okay, there's like multiple things going on here.
Okay.
There's the weekday people,
Yeah.
there's the Saturday people, and then there's the Sunday people.
Oh, 3 categories.
Yes.
Okay. Please
Okay.
tell me more.
Weekday people are mostly like, sometimes they're just people who are getting food on their break.
They're getting $60 breakfasts by themselves?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have like tons of people just like by themselves, like having a good day. And like they're not working right then. Or sometimes they are. And they're just giving themselves a little treat.
A little treat. Okay.
You know, they're just like a lot more chill because it's a treat on a day that they're working, you know, like that's way different than it being like your only day off.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so like the Saturday people are different from the Sunday people because the Sunday people, like, it is like panic time for them. Like they're like, I must enjoy my last day off before the rest of the week. And if you don't get this right, I'll kill you. Like that's just how they
level.
feel. Like
Which I can kind of understand.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But the problem with having an entire restaurant full of these people is that, especially on the busiest day of the week,
Yeah.
is that even if everything is going perfectly, they will still hate you a little bit.
Right.
Because their weekend is slipping away. And so your tips are just gonna, like, you could have like way more tables on Sunday and make the same amount that you made on Saturday. And that's just how it is.
That sucks.
That's just a truth.
That is a sucky way.
Which is, yeah, I don't work
things.
Sundays anymore.
Yeah. I don't blame you for that.
No, I don't
My
work
God.
Sundays because I want to see you. But yeah, so yeah.
So who are Saturday people?
Saturday people are my people.
How?
They're chilling. They're ordering mimosas. They're like, thank you so much for this coffee. They don't interrupt me when I'm at a different table. It's just a different vibe. We used to have shirts that said on the back of them, it would say, if you can read this, I'm at another table.
Yes.
I
Great.
love those shirts.
Great
I wish we
shirt.
still had them. And I have I have my people that come in and they're like, can we please sit in Morgan's section? I'm like, yes.
You guys are vibing
Yeah.
together, having
Yes.
a good time. They're making your day better. You're making their day
Exactly.
better. Symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
I like that.
We are a coral reef. So anyway, this is why I'm a little bit loopy right now. I just did like a 9-hour shift. I sweat so many buckets, and now I'm here doing the show. So I'm
We
sorry.
appreciate you being here.
My brain is not all there. I can tell you that for sure.
It is a weird. I'm like trying to like ride your energy here. Like, where is this gonna go? What is she like? Timings are different. Like, vibe is different. Like, whoa. Like, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make
I
it through,
can
guys.
feel you doing that, and I'm just like,
I know. I'm kind of like pulled back a little bit. Like, there's nowhere for me to like.
I don't know what I will do.
It was a questionable decision to have us record the show after her busiest day of the entire year. But we did it for you guys because the most important thing in the world is the show goes on
I'm
when
so
it's supposed to
sorry.
go on. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Come back next week. It'll be better.
Right. When we come back, it's that time. Your No Class Picks of the Week. Stay with us. It's time to wind down the show here, bring it to a close the only proper way with our no class picks of the week.
You're just a jealous,
No class.
lazy bum.
No class pick.
You're up.
I just
Morgan's
literally
having-
did the nod
she's
and then whacked my head on
She's having a really
the
hard
wall.
time
Okay.
today. As the show goes on, she's having a hard time maintaining here. So we're trying to wrap this up so Morgan can get a
Okay.
freaking break for the first time all day.
Okay, I'm sorry to talk about work again, but anyone who comes in at like right when we open, 7:30, 8 a.m., depending on the day, can go to out. I'm like, why are you up?
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Inevitably, my first table, despite me being like, good morning, I'm gentler in the mornings. Because, like, we're all waking up still.
Yeah.
Like, good morning, welcome. Can I start some coffee for you? I have, like, a gentler tone.
Yeah.
And instead of listening to the words that are exiting my mouth, this 8 a.m. person will go, coffee black. And just, like, ignore all my words. And then I'm like, sounds good. We like some cream on the side? And they say yes. Okay, so this interaction is both ridiculous and I secretly love it for two reasons. Firstly, black coffee means you don't want any cream.
Yes.
But I already know that this person is a full-blown cuckoo,
Yeah.
so I ask if they want cream anyway, and 81% of the time it's a yes.
Say yes.
Yeah. The second reason I love this interaction is that their own rudeness now releases me from being super nice because they won't notice if I'm nice or not.
Yeah. Like,
And I can focus on other people.
you're free.
Yes. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, my no class pick this week, in a highly unusual move, is myself.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm also not proud. And maybe that's exactly what makes me a no class person this week.
Okay.
Happened to me today. I was at our Trader Joe's, literally the smallest Trader Joe's in the world, the worst, tiniest parking lot. I can't even describe it to you guys if you don't know the Encino Trader Joe's. It's just so small.
Okay.
And you have to back out of almost every one of the spaces, so that forces the entire parking lot to come to a complete standstill every single time somebody leaves a parking space.
Sure.
Which is constant because it's a grocery store. So I pull out of my space and I'm going in this long line of cars making my way out of this parking lot. And I've already waited for about 3 cars to back out of their space. So I've already been in this lot for like 5 minutes. And I'm just about to pull ahead when this Tesla's reverse lights come on. They're ready to back out. The right thing to do was to not pull forward, to let this Tesla back out and go ahead of me. But I didn't do that.
No.
I pulled forward, blocking them in so they couldn't back up and passing the buck on to the person behind me who would have to decide whether they were going to let him out or not. And I did that because it was a Tesla. I've just had too many bad experiences with them. I am prejudiced. I assume that the person driving that car is a jerk and assumes that we should all be nice to them and let them out and that they should go on their merry way because Tesla people are the perfect LA drivers, as we've been talking about. All of the things that we talk about in LA people are all present in Tesla people. And I just assume that's how they all are.
Well, didn't you already let 3 people out?
I did.
Yeah, you did your duty.
Well, there's that too. But still, it was just like I saw the car and I was like, nope, not today. And so
Not
it
you.
is a no class move. And
Yeah.
I apologize to the world for being no class, but I did it. And I'm telling you all because I want to confess.
It's your confession.
It is my confession to you
Okay,
all.
3 Hail Marys.
Okay. All right, guys, that is our show. Thanks so much for being here and hanging with us. Like and or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. We're on all the apps. Episodes also on YouTube. Reach out to us on Instagram at That's No Class. You can also send us an email or a voicemail. That's noclass@gmail.com. Call 877-7-NO-CLASS, or as Morgan likes to say, 877-766-2527. Call us up. We love having your stories on the show.
Stay classy.
Stay classy and have a great week.